Hey, this is Megan. We're back with another DIY light bundle tutorial. This time we're lighting up the LEGO Himeji Castle. To start off, we're going to remove some bits. So we need to remove the main castle tower, as well as the 3 sub-towers that surround it. This LEGO set has a lot of very small pieces, which can make it quite fragile when taking apart. So I do recommend using a brick separator for this one. As always, go slow and be nice and gentle with it. Also take off this tree for now. From the spotlight pack, grab a 1x1 round plate with open stud, a 1x1 modified plate with bar handle, and a 1x1 tile modified with open O-clip. Then grab an Astro regular cool white light, bend the LED end back on a 90-degree angle, and thread the light through the middle of the round open stud plate. Attach that to the modified plate with bar handle, and thread the cable through the gap above the bar handle. You can then click that onto the tile with the clip, and repeat all that so you have 2 spotlights. Grab another cool white light and round plate with open stud and do the same thing where you thread the light through the plate. This time attach that onto the back of one of the tiles with the clip and then attach the modified plate with bar handle onto that. And you'll need to make another one of these as well. In this front corner of the set, remove some of the plates and tiles and place one of your upright spotlights in this position. Then you can replace the pieces that were removed back over the top of the cable, including this black tile that's on the perimeter. Then you'll be doing the same kind of thing on the other front corner, taking off this little wall sub-assembly, placing the spotlight down, clicking the wall back on, and routing the cable underneath the black tile again. On one side of the set, remove this dark grey piece and a couple of tiles. Click one of the remaining spotlights on top of the brown plate here, route the cable around the corner, and click those tiles back down. That grey piece can go back on top of the spotlight too. Over the other side, remove this sub-assembly and attach your last spotlight underneath here. While reattaching this, slot the cable between the bricks here, almost like dental floss, and then you can route the cable underneath the black tile on the edge too. Also make sure the LED's angled upwards on these ones. Flip the set up and gently rest it on its side. Now you just need to route all the cables into the center of the set while clicking any plates they pass through over the top to hold everything in place. From the top side, remove these pieces, so there's a hole that goes through to the bottom. From the spotlight pack, get the 6 dock and the tether. Click those together and plug all of your lights in. Now get one 15cm belt, as well as the 60cm flux belt, and plug both of those into the dock too. Then attach the dock to the set. Take the free end of the 15cm belt and thread it through the hole we just created so it comes out the other side. Flip the set back over, and while holding the 15cm belt like this, click those parts we removed back in place. Now take off this 2x2 white brick and get a large astro light from the spotlight pack. Bend the LED back like this so it'll sit inside the brick as shown. Then click the brick back in place while holding the light in that position. You want to make sure the LED is pressed up against the wall of the brick. Moving on to the little towers. For this one, remove the pieces shown and then hold a large light in the center. Put one of the plates over the top of the LED, leave out the tile, but put the other pieces back in place. For the next tower, remove this plate with some bits attached, hold a large light in the center, and put those pieces back over the top. Take apart the last tower and remove the red plate from the center. Hold the LED face down in that spot, and make sure the cable runs out to the side between the studs before putting everything back together. Remove these roof pieces from the set and click the tower in its spot while holding the cable so it runs down the middle of all these studs before putting the roof pieces back on to hold everything in place. Now remove these plates at the end so you can route the cable off to the side, put them back over the top, and reattach the next tower with its cable facing the middle of the set. If these pieces came off with your main tower, just put them to the side because we will use them later. Now very slowly and very carefully remove the white plates from the bottom of this section. It is quite fragile, so if anything else comes off, it's best to just click it back into place straight away so you don't lose track of where things go. Remove these 2 brown bricks from the inside, then put the plate from this side back on. Get the warm white Meteor light pack and attach a tether to each of the lights. Then plug a 15cm belt into each light as well. With one of the lights, wrap the belt behind it so it runs between studs and attach it onto that white plate. Plug the other Meteor light onto that belt and then place it on the ceiling of this floor. Make sure you apply pressure behind this section as you push this Meteor light down, or the whole thing will come apart. Lightly press on the Meteor light so that the roof section separates from the rest of the room. Then you can route the cable upwards to the next floor. Then gently press everything back together. Make sure the belt between the 2 Meteor lights runs flat so you can click the other plate back on top. On the main set, route the cables coming from those 2 smaller towers down and across the white brick we used earlier. Make sure they're going between the studs, and you can put back the section of white plates that goes here. At this point, I noticed I put one of the towers on the wrong way, so I'm just removing the roof, turning it and clicking it back in the right direction. Now you can get a Dock 6 and plug everything in. Also bring in the last small tower and plug that in as well. Then get a 5cm belt and plug that into the dock too. I found that clicking this bridge looking sub-assembly over the top of the cables made them a lot easier to manage, so I recommend doing that. Just make sure that other end of the 5cm belt is sticking out. So I ran the cable for the last tower down the corridor section here and clicked it onto a stud down here for the meantime. Make sure the cable's going between studs, and then you can click the white plate that goes here over the top of it. Now bring in the bottom section of the main tower and you can plug the 5cm belt into the Meteor light at the bottom. Push all the cables underneath down and out of the way so you can click this section back onto the main structure. This can need a bit of maneuvering because the slope pieces at the bottom can go out of line, so just make sure they're nice and straight before you do this. Now you can attach that last tower to the set. Run the cable back and forth as you replace the plates that go underneath it as shown. Then pinch the excess cable at the end so it'll sit flat underneath the tower when you click that down. Separate the last section of the tower into its 3 levels like this. Then starting with the top level, remove the tan plate that is the floor. I found the easiest way to do this was actually to remove the roof first. Take out the brown tile from inside, then change the direction of these 2 centerpieces. Get a warm white micro Meteor light and plug a 5cm belt into the side of it. Click it down onto the stud jumper on the floor here and reassemble the level with the cable coming out the side. Get another micro Meteor light and attach it to the included tether, then click that to the underside of the top floor we've just been working on. And you'll need to bend this cable into the shape shown here. Grab another 5cm belt and attach that to the other side of that micro Meteor light and bend the cable up on a 90-degree angle like this. Remove the 2 pillars from inside the next level, then detach the floor by pushing it away from you. Then lower the top floor into this one and click it into place. From underneath, remove the white plate on the side here, route the cable underneath and click that plate back on top. And now you can reattach the floor plate. Take another micro Meteor light and tether, combine them and attach it to the underside of this level while plugging in the belt that's coming from above at the same time. On the last level, remove these pieces from the front, get a 15cm belt, hold it in the center running between studs and click all those pieces back over the top. Then remove these bricks from the center of the room too. Now attach your last micro Meteor light to the belt that's sticking out of the main tower. Remove this plate and tile from inside, then attach the free belt from the next level to the other side of that Meteor light. You'll also need to remove this plate and tile before you click the Meteor light on the floor in the center of the room. Then you can reattach the floor above. Lastly, you can attach the rest of the tower by connecting the free cable to the micro Meteor light underneath and clicking it all back in place. Also, don't forget about the little tree we took off at the start. Plug it into power and we're all done. Himeji Castle is such a grand and beautiful building. It is rich with history, and if you've ever been looking at this LEGO set, will definitely take you back there. The castle looks particularly striking at night, so adding lights totally transforms the set and recreates that. This is a must for anyone who loves Himeji or even just architecture in general.